We have lots of evidence from older and extinct animals that were once alive hundreds to thousands of years ago, from small little dinosaurs like Myanmar to bigger ones like Titanosaurs. And we can't negotiate the fact that these creatures existed at some point in history due to the large amount of evidence we have from their bones that they existed with. When it comes to the earliest recording of dinosaurs, modern science dates it back to 1677, where Englishman Robert Plot discovered the leg bone of a megalosaur. But what about the Bible? If its account goes all the way back to creation, wouldn't it include dinosaurs as well? The most prominent scripture that at least I found is any sort of dinosaur-like creature being described is Job 40:15, where God is talking to Job and mentions a creature named Behemoth. God describes this creature with great strength, that its tail sways like cedar, and it ranks first among the works of God. Yet its maker can approach it with his sword. In other parts of the Old Testament, different creatures such as Leviathan are described by the Hebrew word ta'in, meaning dragon or even sea monster, and often is referred to as dinosaur as well. In another position, these creatures could have been fictional figures of ancient mythical literature before Greek mythology, or animals that weren't by our definition dinosaurs, but still relatively as large and intimidating as them when described by using the word ta'in, according to the University of Iowa Bible and Archaeology Department, since mythologies were very popular during Babylonian times of Job. Though we have scientific evidence of dinosaurs through their bones and other artifacts, and a small amount of biblical evidence through passages, we can't say for absolute sure that the scientific evidence we found are describing what is said in these passages, but it very well could be. If we put it into the context where most scholars think that a dinosaur is being described of Job 40:15, as mentioned earlier, it could be that God is simply describing what the creature was like to Job, as in past tense. And that is just one of many, many different possibilities and theories when it comes to debating the history of creation and evolution and when and where dinosaurs came in the biblical perspective. I could go hours upon days talking about the differences and connections seen involving science and the Bible, falling likely into a rabbit hole of YouTube conspiracies. Having curiosity to learn more about the many aspects of our existence is a good thing, not a bad thing. Just remember to go with the right mindset when exploring these topics if you follow Christ. You're definitely allowed to ask questions and explore different ideas, as Jesus even encourages us in Matthew 7:7. But it's important not to let those ideas that may not be so great to conceive begin to conflict with your faith. What I mean is ideas that have disrespect for one's faith, such as if someone on YouTube were to say, if you don't believe in God created everything as is and evolution doesn't exist, you're going to hell. Not the greatest lead line to go with. That doesn't mean automatically rejecting or accepting every idea that comes from science or other perspectives. We're just told to guard our hearts from things that can hurt us spiritually, emotionally, and mentally in Proverbs 4:23, and to seek wisdom when we're asking these questions. That was a hefty question, but I really enjoy questions like this where it kind of converges with science and the Bible and really kind of diving into the theology of things. If you have another question, there's a link in the description where you can send it our way. Anything you want, anything that has to do with Christ, we'll answer it in the next 2 or 3 weeks, depending on how in-depth it is. I want to thank you for watching, thank you for supporting the Questions Project, and we'll see you in the next video.